What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Educated Barfly. Today we are going to tackle the Moscow Mule, that super simple drink with a really interesting story behind it. And actually one of the most famous cocktails invented in Los Angeles. One of those classics, those rare classics invented in Los Angeles. So the story goes something like this. There was a guy who worked for the Heublein Drinks Corporation named John G. Martin. He was a marketing executive that had basically he had convinced the higher-ups at his company to give him the rights to sell Smirnoff vodka around 1930. And he had been hitting the bricks for a really long time, and nobody in the United States really wanted to drink vodka. It was kind of this, everyone was on to gin, nobody really wanted to drink vodka. So he teamed up with a guy named Jack Morgan, who owned a cocktail bar, or owned a bar called the Cock and Bull, which used to be up on Sunset Boulevard. It's now defunct. And basically these two guys, John Martin and Jack Morgan, they lay claim to the invention of the Moscow Mule, but actually there is some evidence that the bartender, Wes Price, was the guy who invented it. And to tell you the honest God truth, I would believe more a bartender than the bar owner and a marketing executive that wants to make himself look like a genius about who created what. A bartender is going to be more the guy thinking about flavor profiles and figuring out how to do it. Anyway, Jack Morgan had also ordered a bunch of ginger beer that he could not get rid of. Nobody wanted to drink it. And it also came out that Jack Morgan's girlfriend was selling copper mugs. So I don't know exactly when and how all of this got put together, but the year was 1941. The bar was the Cock and Bull up on Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles. Wes Price was the name of the bartender. All right, let's get into the drink now that you heard that mouthful. What we're gonna do, super simple. 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lime juice into a copper mug, which is the traditional, but it's also functional. I'll tell you why in a second. 2 ounces of vodka. We're gonna use my hands to do ice, and if you guys are disgusted by that, you don't have to drink it. There you go, a little ice. And then top it up with ginger beer, probably about 4 ounces. And I like to garnish with a lime wheel. Not such a functional garnish, but you can either do that or you can lay it on top. Usually I lay it on top because I'm lazy, but we'll just do that because it looks better. And there you have it, the Moscow Mule. All right, let's taste it and find out how it tastes. So what's great about this is that it's citrus forward. You got the booze, but the ginger beer gives it this little amount of sugar, but not a lot. It's what we're using, Fever Tree, super gingery, and it's just a really tart, refreshing drink. There you have it, the Moscow Mule. The other thing I wanted to say about that I teased and didn't actually say is that the copper mug is actually a functional vessel, and the reason why is because copper is a great conductor of energy, and because copper conducts energy, it actually conducts the cold around, which actually keeps the ice colder, which means that it melts slower as you drink. So it's like a great functional thing. I don't know if Jack Morgan or Wes Price or John Martin had this in mind when they created it, but that is the fact. So there you have it, the Moscow Mule.